Some breaking news in the basketball world today, especially for the Chicago Bulls. Very, I guess you could say, exciting news. There's been some significant progress in the general manager department. Not necessarily who's coming in, but definitely who's going out. What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Code, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Breaking news just in about 30 seconds ago, I would say. The Chicago Bulls have officially fired Gar Forman, the general manager, after spending close to 22 years with the Chicago Bulls. A very, very long time through ups and through downs, but Gar Forman has officially been released by the Chicago Bulls. What do you guys think about that? Look, at the end of the day, it's the same as John Paxson, I guess. The guy is only trying to do his job the best he can. It's not his fault that he wasn't good at his job or he didn't get better. At the end of the day, he probably didn't even deserve this job in the first place, and he tried his best with what he could do. We did have success under him, so we have to play on two playing fields here. We did have some good success with him, but unfortunately, majority of it has been negative for many, many years now, and we've been trying to make our opinions, make our voices heard, and get a better replacement. Not necessarily because we hate him, but because we feel like we could do better as a franchise. And I think our voices are finally being heard, and that's the most positive thing that you could ever hear as a Chicago Bulls fan. It sucks that someone has to lose their job. That's the worst, especially during this time. It sucks that someone has to lose their job, but we need to do better as a franchise. We need to do better as a team, and it is something that it's ruthlessness, and that's what we need. We need to become ruthless. We are the Chicago Bulls. We need to be one of the top teams in the NBA. We need to have that level of ruthlessness that the Celtics have, that the Lakers have, willing to sacrifice in order to succeed. That's what we need. We had to sacrifice someone that's been very loyal to us for 22 years, being involved in this franchise. And we thank him for his service. Of course we do. But we know we could do better, and we're finally hopeful that we can do better. This is the best news I've heard in a very long time as a Chicago Bulls fan. Not necessarily the implications, not necessarily who's going to be the replacement, but it's just positive news to see that we're moving forward as a club, as a franchise, as a team, as an organization. We're moving forward. We're striving to become more successful. We're striving to become that team that people can finally say that they're a respectable team. They're a team that when people see on their calendars, they're like, "Oh, that's a good team. We're gonna have a good game. We're gonna fight." And for the longest time, that hasn't been the case, and that's down to a lot of reasons, and more day by day, week by week, month by month, we're going to see more of these things happening. We're going to see more firings. We're going to see more trades. We're going to see people let go. And we're going to see people brought in. It's going to be a complete and utter rebuild. And no matter how fast or slow the rebuild is, it's just a positive sign to know that we're willing to do whatever it takes to potentially get to a championship or get to the playoffs, get back to where we're winning again. And that's all I want. I want to win again. I want to win again, and I hope through this period of basketball, when it all is said and done, this was the right decision to make. I hope that's the case. We have to back the Bulls. We have to back our executive vice president of basketball operations. We have to accept everything that's been put into play here. So, in saying that, there's still no word on potential replacements. We've heard about the former Pelicans GM, the one that refused to trade Anthony Davis. I forget his name, but that's been in the works. Potential interviews and all of that. We've been interviewing a lot of GMs, and we'll see what the outcome is probably within a few hours, if I had to guess, because you don't necessarily fire a GM without having one already put into mind to replace them. Because if you do that, then you're going to end up having no GM if the other one refuses. So this in the next coming hours, expect to have a new GM of the Chicago Bulls. and we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's interesting news. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about this news? Where do you think the Bulls are headed? What's the next step for them? It's a difficult thing to overcome if I was Gar Forman, but if I was Gar Forman, I wouldn't give up hope. On your next job. Yes, the Chicago Bulls has been probably the longest stint you've had, but there are other places that would probably take you as a general manager, or if not, there are other organizational roles that you could probably fill with another team. It's not over for Gar Forman, and I have to say that sort of message as well, because as good as it is that we're making progress, there is a man at the end of the day that got fired here, and that's not good for anybody. That's not good for his family. It's not good for him. So if I was for a message for Gar Forman, I would say, don't necessarily give up on working for an organization. You're a very smart businessman. You would know that there is other opportunities out there for you. So you don't need me to tell you, but just in case, I'm here to say it. Don't give up on working for another organization. There will be someone out there willing to give a shot for you to run their organization, or give them a role that you could fulfill to the best of your abilities, just like you were trying to do for the Chicago Bulls. So that's the news so far. I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe for more Chicago Bulls update videos and NBA related update videos. It's been very interesting to see the progression made within the first few weeks. This is probably the most news I've ever experienced, me being a Chicago Bulls fan, in consecutive weeks, consecutive days, really. So we're going to be looking forward to more news from the Chicago Bulls. Not really much news elsewhere in the NBA, but it looks like Chicago's where it's all headed. We've had people like Kevin Durant commenting, Patrick Beverley commenting, saying that giving their opinions on the matter. And it's good to see that there are players outside of the Chicago Bulls that are paying attention and giving their opinions as well. At the end of the day, the world is opinion-based. We have opinions that might not make other people happy, but also opinions are there to be shared. So it's having NBA players that don't not necessarily have anything to do with us give their voice and approval of certain things, as well as critiques of others. It's a good thing to have this buzz around our organization again. So let me know what you guys think on this news, on Gar Forman, on the Chicago Bulls' next step in their complete and utter rebuild of the organization. Who's next to go? Who's next to come in? We'll find all of this out within the next few days, and I can almost say with a full heart that we'll see a new GM in the coming hours. Because it just doesn't make sense to fire someone without finding a replacement. That's just me. Anyway, this is the Sports Code. Have a wonderful day. Good luck, Gar Forman, in your future endeavors. Take care.